Hello, hello, beautiful women of the world. Welcome to my show, Your Radiant Life After 45. It is a show for women who want more from life, who are not done living yet, who want more excitement in life, more health, zest of life, beautiful relationships, creativity, connection, everything that is really, really valuable, especially as we get older. So you will find all of this here, and I welcome you. Today, I want to speak about something that I have developed over the last at least decade. So over the last decade, throughout my teachings and my coaching, I have noticed that there are at least seven aspects of lasting, outrageous and lasting success. And I have meditated with them. And anyway, I have refined them over time. And today, you may have heard it from me before, but it becomes more and more refined. And today I want to share with you as long as time allows, at least the first three C's, things that start with the C that are so essential for you to be successful in your entire life, in your business, in your personal life, in relationships, even though in relationships I bring other aspects to it, but still the 7 C's are always the same. And not in this order, even though the first one is always the first one, and that is clarity. So the first C for outrageous success covers clarity. Of the 7 C's, and I don't tell you all of them today, we go in the order, but not in the order of importance. The order of importance is clarity first, and then courage, and then commitment, even though it is not clarity, courage, commitment. There are other steps. Clarity that I talk about today, then I talk about choice, and then I talk about creativity. But just remember that clarity is always number one, and courage and commitment are always essential also for whatever you do, whatever you want to develop, and that makes sense. This blueprint that I give you today, not the entire one, I believe we have only time for the first 3 C's, which is clarity, choice, and creativity. But maybe make notes if you can, because those are important. And I give you some examples of what it means and how you can bring more of those things into your life. I also share with you what the problem is and what the benefits are of having these different C's, starting with clarity. Okay, so clarity, number 1 of the 7 C's for true success, outrageous success, certain success, whatever you want to put before success. But for success, you need clarity. All right. Some say awareness, and awareness is something that is always important, because you need awareness when something comes into your path that that may hit you or push you or direct you off your goal, of your North Star, okay, of your goal that you want to achieve. All right, so let's get into it. Clarity. So total clarity delivers certainty, right? Because it sweeps away all doubts. But here is the problem. If you do not have clarity, you feel adrift. You feel unfocused because you lack clarity, right? So you're wavering without knowing where you are. You can't chart the journey ahead, and you are unable to take the next steps that are necessary. This lack of direction causes your energy to scatter because you get thrown away, you get hijacked because something comes into your mind or something gets into your field of pulls on your attention, and you get hijacked. You go there, and then you don't have the clarity anymore to that you need in order to draw, so to speak, the map to what you want and where you want to go. Okay, so lack of direction causes your energy to scatter, right? Leaking away with no apparent purpose. You are leaking energy, and that gives you the excuse that maybe it's not the right thing for you, or maybe you do it tomorrow, right? Don't we have this sometimes, that we postpone things when we lack clarity? Yes. So, but here are the benefits. Clarity actually illuminates your path. It's almost like you bring light onto your path. So it becomes clearer. It shines, right? You know exactly where you stand, and also where you want to go and what lies ahead. So with clarity, you flow through life quickly and confidently. With a clear mind, that makes you feel accomplished and powerful. So clarity really grants you a deeper access to your true self, allowing everything to fall into place. That then, almost like a jigsaw puzzle, all of a sudden, oh yeah, that makes sense. This comes into vision. When you have clarity, other things get pulled into place. It's almost like magical, actually. But it is your vision, your intuition that follows with clarity, recognizes and brings in the pieces that are necessary. Actually, with clarity and the inner work, you really discover the diamond that is within you. Yes, you are a diamond. It may be a diamond in the rough that still needs to be chiseled and polished. But you are a diamond, and that diamond lies within you. So the question then is, how can we achieve clarity? I suggest you start with a set of introspective questions. The first one is, what do you truly want? And it is really good to have a journal to write these things down, because as you start writing, more and more things come into from your superconscious mind into your subconscious mind, and then come up into your conscious mind, and then you can write them down. And that is so important, because if you think you're going to remember it, that's not going to happen. You remember it only for so long. And then what you remember is that there was something important that you wanted to remember, but now you didn't write it down, so you don't remember. Okay. So describe your goal with precision. What do you really want? But whenever we want to arrive somewhere, we need to know, just like the GPS system, we need to know where we are, right? So where are you now? That is an important question you have to answer as well. And where do you want to be at various points on your journey? Because you don't go from A to Z, just like that. There are all these stations, there are all these points that you may want to write down, and others may come in as you journey, and maybe detours may arrive as well. But you need to have a map, all right? Then the next question you have to, introspective question that you have to ask yourself, and that's one that we don't really like to answer. We don't even like the question. It's challenging. What do you need to let go of, right? That is so important. We know it, but actually you have to start to write down what you need to let go of. And then the doing it is another thing that needs to be practiced, and you may need some support with that. So what do you need to let go of on that journey? Who do you want to be by your side? Because we all need support on our journey, right? So who do you need to leave behind? Not totally let go of, but maybe leave behind for this particular journey. So here's the path to clarity. Clarity comes through observation and awareness. As I already said, awareness is always part of it. Your innermost self, your soul, possesses total clarity. The question is, do you listen to your soul? And how do you even do that? How do you know that you are in contact with your soul? Many do not know how to access this wellspring of truth and wisdom. And of course, there is a way of getting in touch with your soul self. And this is part of my courses and my teachings. It is a beautiful path. And it is really the path that we must start in the second part of our lives. Many young women already start this incredible journey into their most inner selves because they want to know who they are. But sometimes, especially our generations from the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, we were more stuck in the material world, and we have not really been so much aware of how important the inner life is. And maybe we were too involved in creating all of the outside world, the security that we were involved in, maybe even as a mother to a number of children and business and all kinds of things. But to become really honest, to tap into that wellspring of truth and wisdom can be uncomfortable. So we often create stories or white lies to rationalize our actions. And that, of course, that is designed to hide the truth, which very often doesn't really work. While these stories might make sense outwardly, they create inner turmoil because a part of us knows they are not really true. They are not true. Really true doesn't really make sense because either it's true or it's not true. And if it's a small lie or a big lie, doesn't really matter either. Either it's true or it's not true, at least from your understanding of truth. And if you know it and you are still going there, this discord fractures your harmony and alignment with your inner truth. You feel fractured, irritated. And when you are out of harmony with your inner truth, you are in a state of disharmony and misalignment. Whether you sleep, you sit, you stand, you walk, you are constantly in or out of alignment with your inner truth. Remember, your innermost truth is a reflection of your divinity. It gave you life. It gave you breath and purpose. It makes sense to check in with this powerful inner reality. It's the most potent force in the universe. This makes you this unique being, the most unlimited, powerful, unique being. It is your truth, your innermost truth. And don't discard it or don't let it push it to the side. It is powerful. And this inner journey is really a journey into clarity. Without clarity, you waste time and effort, really. If you drift aimlessly, others will disempower you because you lack a clear picture of what you really want. So the first step of living your life purposefully is to achieve clarity, understanding who you are and what you want to accomplish. And I know there may be so many things that you want to accomplish, but you cannot put all of them into one. You have to focus on one at a time and follow that path. Maybe others come in later, but in the beginning, you need to have total clarity. What do you really want and who are you? It's a little challenging and we often push it away and disregard it. And what that creates, it creates brain fog. And then we want to find it outside, and that creates information overload. Brain fog often results from too much information in today's virtual world. Clarity requires separating yourself from the noise, finding sanctuary and connecting with your heart, your inner self. Start with the heart. They said, I don't know where my soul is, but you know where your heart is. Your heart is that area. It's not your physical heart, but it's your emotions. It's your feeling heart. It's the intelligence, the power, the radiation, the frequency of your heart. And when you start from there, it makes all the other steps easier. Let me give you a little story here or an analogy. Imagine walking on the beach and spotting a shell beneath the water. Despite the vast amount of sand, the shell stands out with breathtaking clarity. This moment of clarity mirrors how we feel when we connect with nature. Feeling the warmth of the sun reminds us of who we are, because we are this human creation that has all of these feelings. And when we are in nature, it's our most natural environment, and all of the senses that become exposed. We feel, we smell, we touch, we just are connected to all of the 5 elements more than if we are inside in a room somewhere, right? So it is really good to go outside more. Go into nature and discover yourself as even just as a human being, as this incredible creation, your human temple with all of its peculiarities, desires and we all have our own way of experiencing things. For example, when I say, oh, the sun is hot today, somebody else may say, oh no, it's just perfect. It warms me. For somebody else, it may just overheat them. So we all have our own experiences, and also visual experiences, how the body reacts to all of these different things that are brought into our attention, and also into in contact with our body, things we can touch, things we actually feel. So what is the opposite of clarity? It is chaos and confusion, right? When you are unclear, cannot make good decisions, it is impossible to have a clear path, right? And clarity is not something just outside. Well, clearing up something or getting logically clear about something. Clarity requires inner work, examining and aligning your beliefs until you choose the right path. Because there are many paths. And there is one path that is especially in alignment with who you are. And then remember, when two paths diverge in the woods, the one you choose makes all the difference. Excuse me, I have an itching in the nose. Oh, I have, do you know what little tree this is behind me? It's called a money tree. And sometimes I heard that when your nose itches, that means money. Ha! So if I want to believe this, I create an openness for it to be received, right? Okay, let me continue with clarity. Here are some steps to clarity. Journaling is really important, as I already mentioned earlier. Journal your desires, write down your goals, and clarify how you want to feel. Because it's not just the thing that you want to achieve. How do you want to feel about it? Because the universe responds to feelings more than anything else. Our desires, our focus, our feeling, the clarity with which we can feel the results of what we want. So your well-being hinges on your willingness to define the reality you wish to experience. And the experience is a feeling. Yes? Does that make sense? And then you may want to do a massive purge. It's so important because sometimes we just have all of the old stuff around us, but we want other things. But as long as we are surrounded by the old stuff, we always confuse the universe, because if we cannot let go of the old stuff, how does the universe deliver the new things? It becomes a mishmash. It is not, there is no clarity in it, right? So this massive purge is really necessary. Letting go of unnecessary things and beliefs, very important, clears the way for clarity. So it would be good, maybe do it right now. Look around you and identify what you can release. The more you can release, the more room you make. Isn't that logical? The more space you make for what you want to come in. And when I say this right now, I'm still working on this because I'm a person who likes to collect things. And since I had many different businesses, I still have things that remind me of when I had a beautiful children's store for 11 years. And then I had my health and healing center. And yeah, I have too many things that are not really that close to my heart that I cannot let them go. So I am preaching to myself here now, letting go, identify what I can release, what you can release. This act creates a simple pathway, or at least a simpler pathway for your mind. More clarity and your actual life, because you have created space. So clarity is your superpower. With clear choices, because of the next one is actually choice. And I may go a little bit over time because I don't see I have anybody in the back room, in the green room, so to speak, that I can ask to come out to have a discussion with me at this moment, at least. So I may go a little bit further and I may take the next C in it, which would be choice. Okay, so clarity is your superpower. With clear choices, your life starts to feel better and better. And it will guide you toward outstanding success. So the next C for our outstanding and lasting success is realizing that you have choice. I mean, we are the only species on this planet, beside all of other creations, that have clear choices, total choice. Every choice has creates a reaction, right? We make a choice, and that choice has consequence. Is a heavy word, but it does have a consequence, right? A certain choice brings a certain result, right? It could also be called a consequence. But still, you are always free to choose. So here's the problem with this choice. Often we fall into the trap of believing we must follow patterns from our past. It's kind of like a program, right, that has been installed into us, maybe when we were very young, and then while we grew up, there were just things that have been installed into us, and then the certain environment in which we grew up informed us and created this program that may be guiding us not in the direction that we want, not into joy and happiness, but into heaviness and labor and work and all of the dense and heavy things. We tell ourselves, this is what's expected of me, and question, do I really have a choice? So many believe, and especially women, more women than men, believe that they do not have many choices. They just do not have a choice. But the answer is you do. It's 100% a yes. You always have a choice. You cannot change sometimes what is happening on the outside, but you have a choice to stay, to walk away, how you want to think about it, what you're going to do with it, whatever. You have those choices. And clarity of awareness allows you to recognize what you want, and then you declare, this is my choice. And then you know it. And it will, you give also a clear message to the universe. That's what I want. This is what I declare. It's my choice. So here are the benefits. Excuse me. Choice unveils a whole new world. A whole new world, and it may be brimming with joy and freedom. And thanks to your heightened awareness, when you really tap into the choice, what was once invisible now becomes clear. It's like opening a treasure chest filled with endless possibilities. I want to stop here for a moment because I really want you to take this in. Endless possibilities, yes. And that's why journaling is really important. This is why it is important for you to write your desires out, that, make your choices clear, because clarity, that's the first most important one, brings also clarity to the choice that you really want. So how can we empower choices? How can we achieve empowered choices? It's not easy to do this alone. You need guidance. A coach and a mentor and a coach are sometimes really, or I believe in this case, when it comes to choices, you really need a coach or a mentor. Family is rarely the best person, the best member to ask, because they know you the way you are. They want the best for you, but they don't want you to change, right? So if you make a different choice, you are changing. And most of your friends and family, they don't want you to change. They know you the way you are, and they love you the way you are. And they're afraid that if you change, you may put yourself into danger. So don't do that. But no, you made a choice, a new choice from clarity. And this is your clarity. But now you have to voice it and engage a person. The best person is a coach or a mentor because they are unbiased, right? Who can help you peel away the layers of all of the stuff that you have accumulated, the have-tos. You have been conditioned in a particular way. And when you change, make a different choice, then all of this old programming is trying to always pull you back into the old you. So a coach, a mentor or a coach will have the ability to see this, to see the things that you cannot see, also peel away all of these layers, like peeling an onion. This process chisels away the rough exterior to reveal the choice. That is, if you make a choice with all of this, with such clarity, with your heart in it, and you know it, then this is connected with your heart. And the diamond that is within you, the crystal clear diamond, that is so powerful. So when you realize this and get help with that, then old patterns, imagined false responsibilities, false responsibilities. This is a whole hour of teaching by itself. We hold, especially women, so many false responsibilities, especially later on in life. Anyway, pointless expectations, all of those things need to be stripped away. Can you imagine when all of these layers, these heavy things from the past are stripped away, almost stepping out of a heavy gown? You feel freedom. You feel freed, and you shine because you are now in the alignment of who you truly are, and your choice, even though you may not have everything, you may not have reached it yet, but having clarity about the choice that you make is already an incredible opening up of a power that comes from within. So embrace the power of choice. As humans, we are gifted with the power of choice. And this freedom to make decisions for our lives is one of the most significant benefits of the human experience. Our choices shape our reality, allowing us to see the world not as good or bad, but as a space for endless discoveries and endless choices that can bring new experiences into our life. I want to build a little bit on clarity here. The lessons on clarity provide a solid foundation for making life choices based on how you want to feel. When faced with important decisions, it's crucial to clear the cluttered paths you may have created. And it's not your fault. It's not something you have consciously created. It just has been building up because of all of the past experiences and all the indoctrinations and the manipulations and the beliefs of other people about who you should be and what you should do. How exhausting it can be to navigate through this confusion of all of this old stuff that you are carrying around. So that's why I also recommend, and it's really, really good to choose an inner circle. We need community. And this is a C that comes later that I will talk about at a later date. Community, collaboration are two of the C's that are important for success as well. So choose your inner circle of friends, of confidants. Selecting your inner circle is a prime example of a choice that requires clarity. Yes, makes sense? The best choices involve various human abilities, intuition, a sense of goodness, and a robust set of values. The values you hold dear and want to see reflected in those closest to you. So really, your core values should be also in alignment with the core values in your inner circle of friends. Because if they are totally different, it's not going to work. This makes sense, yes? The impact of choices. Every choice you make carries the potential for different outcomes. While you may not foresee all possible results from your current perspective, each option opens doors to new potential paths. And that's also so amazing when you are in this circle of friends, close friends and confidants, and you discuss these things. Others bring ideas, and others bring awarenesses and epiphanies and all these things that it's really a dance. It multiplies, right? There is such a rich experience in having a circle, an inner circle of friends and confidants that especially where you discuss these things, not so much the outer things, but the inner things, or the 7 C's, for example. And you can even support yourself in the outer world with because one of the choices may be eating healthier diet, even knowing what healthy eating looks like for your body. And you may have to try out a couple of things. So having support of friends there so that you can support each other, unless you have a coach or a mentor who is there to accompany you through these experiences. But you should always have, or it's always really important, I believe, to have an inner circle of friends. The next thing is, okay, so the choice of healthy eating, the choice to exercise more, and the right kind of exercise for your body, and envisioning the results you want to achieve. Clarity, choice, doing, you see? So it all is a dance, it all comes together. And then maybe choosing a new relationship. As we travel into a new world, the timeline for a new frequency, moving out of the density of the 3-dimensional frequency that we were all born into, and that we are still experience on planet Earth. But when you work on your inner self, and you become more of a light, because you work on and you want to experience more love and collaboration and all of the 7 C's that I'm going to talk about. You become a forerunner, you become a light worker, you become a messenger for this new world that we are moving into. So sometimes that means that our life changes drastically. It can mean that our relationship is not right for us anymore. So choosing a new relationship demands an honest analysis of your desires. focusing on what will be most fulfilling to you. So, but this is a whole big area that I can only touch very lightly here. Choices in relationships. In my work on soulmates, because I am a relationship coach and I've written a book on soulmates, and my whole story of my own relationships is that of soulmates. So, but anyway, in my work on soulmates, I have found that we choose partners who ignite our inner spark, who make us feel alive, yes, who love us unconditionally, if possible, and fulfill our need for companionship. We all need companionship. We all, as humans, mammals, we need companionship. Yet, even with such intense affection, many marriages end in divorce. And this is so, so sad. And it becomes, I think the percentage is even rising, becomes more and more apparent that so many relationships cannot last. But then the question is, do you really need to have a relationship when you are young and want to build a family that should last until death does you part? Maybe not, because a relationship is not an ownership. It's not, it shouldn't be a prison, right? Success in true success in a relationship, as in life, comes from making choices rooted in profound clarity and alignment with our true desires, and also knowing the desire of our partner. And sometimes it is the most loving thing to release our partner from a promise that life has messed up or changed or is not true in alignment to you or the other anymore. And then, of course, you need confidence. And confidence comes through clarity. So you must be very clear on your desires to succeed and feel successful. From this clarity, you can confidently make the best choices in all areas of your life. So navigating through life really requires making countless choices, each with its potential outcomes. But so many things we do automatically, right? We choose automatically because this is what we have always done in the past. So paying attention, becoming more aware, and having more clarity on our choices, and don't make them automatic like from our subconscious mind, is a great exercise to maybe reevaluate what we have been done in the past, if this is still in alignment. Now I know it feels more comfortable to just be on the treadmill and do the same over and over again, because every change comes with challenges. Yes, we change something becomes uncomfortable, and we have to work through that. But understanding this empowers you to approach decisions with a mindset of exploration and growth, rather than, oh my God, I must change something here, and then feel anxiety about it. When your choices align with your values, then you create a life that resonates with your innermost truth. And there is nothing more beautiful than that, because this alignment brings harmony. It reduces the inner conflict. It reduces the stress, the pain, the disharmony, right? turmoil comes to mind. When your inner life, when your outer life does not reflect your inner life, and they are not in alignment, you are in turmoil. And I know turmoil is a strong word, and sometimes we think, I mean, how it results of being, outrageous in some ways. No, it is that inner pain that especially we as women have this capacity to just bury, to just not let out, to just hold in, and it creates big damage in our bodies, all kinds of diseases and yeah, unhappiness, pain, physical pain, emotional pain, spiritual pain of your soul when you're not in alignment. When your outer life is not in alignment with your inner life, you are in pain, however you want to see it, right? Sometimes making the right choice means letting go of what's familiar. And you see that it really not longer serves you. And this act of release, as we already said, creates space for new, more fulfilling opportunities. And yes, it is not easy. It takes courage. It is painful. And courage, by the way, is another one of the C's that is important. It's one of the 7 C's that is so important for success in your life. And still, this act of release of what you know is not in alignment with you anymore creates space for you, for more fulfilling, not only different opportunities, but more fulfilling opportunities if you align them with your inner desires and your inner values and your inner vision. So choice is your superpower. With each decision rooted in clarity, your life begins to feel better and better, guiding you toward outstanding success and fulfillment. Isn't this what we want? Yes. And even though we are pretty late here, I wonder if I should tell you about the third one. Maybe I just go ahead and at least start the third one that I had on my calendar here for today, but maybe I spent too much time on the 2 others. So the time is actually up for, but anyway, right. Creativity. The third C is creativity. Creativity is the spark that lights up your light and the engine that drives your dreams. And because it is so closely related to choice, now the creativity really is the engine to bring that choice into what you want to experience, your dream. The problem, if you do not have that creativity or believe you don't have it, of course you have it, but so many of us believe they don't. You may feel trapped in a routine, believing that creativity is a gift for only others, maybe a lucky few. You might think, I am not creative, or it's too late for me to start something new, especially if you're, in the second part of your life after 50. But the truth is, creativity is within each of us, waiting to be unleashed. And maybe you think, oh, I have so much creativity. That's not an issue for me. Bravo. I love that. And that's beautiful. And maybe one of the other C's may be something that you may need to work on more. But when you embrace your creativity, you unlock a world of endless possibilities. You know that creativity brings joy, right? Excitement, and a sense of fulfillment. And it's your creativity. So it is you. It allows you to express yourself fully, solve problems, with the innovation that you came up with, and see everyday's lives, everyday's life's things that are maybe normal things that you do over and over. If you bring some creativity in it, it becomes beautiful. It rejuvenates everything. It brings a new breath of fresh air into the world. Because creativity means you create something that did not exist before. The smallest creative thing, doing something differently, bringing a different aspect into something, makes creates joy in you, right? So how to best ignite your creativity? First and foremost, embrace playfulness. You know that children are creative, right? They always create something and then they destroy it. They have no problem to destroy it. We adults may say, oh, no, 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 don't. It's so beautiful. Don't destroy it. A child may just rip it up or push it down or throw it out. Why? Because the child knows it can create it again and it will, without logic. It is playfulness, is creativeness. Allow yourself to play and experience without fear of failure. Creativity thrives in an environment where you can explore and have fun. Give that gift to yourself. Surround yourself with inspiration. Fill your space with things that inspire you. Art, music, nature, or anything that sparks your imagination. And maybe you want to change it so that it doesn't become stale, right? Bring new things into your environment. Practice mindfulness. Maybe you want to quiet your mind through meditation or mindfulness activities. Creativity flows best when your mind is clear and open, not cluttered, not going in 12 different directions. Also, seek new experiences. Don't be afraid of trying something totally new. Try new activities, visit new places, meet new people. New experiences can spark fresh ideas and perspectives, right? You may have done something and all of a sudden, by allowing this to come in, a new perspective comes in and you can change something right then and there. Make creativity a daily habit, whether it's writing, drawing, cooking, or any other creative endeavor. Practice it regularly to keep your creative muscles strong. I must tell you something. I think my most creative, of course, I like to write. So writing is a creative art that I practice, but also cooking. Since I live on an island and our supermarket here has limited things, I don't go food shopping because I want to create a special meal, because I really don't know what I can find. So I see what inspires me the most in the food that I see, that I can find. And I take it home and then I create something with it. And I do this on a daily basis. My husband says nothing ever tastes exactly the same. Why? Because every meal I cook is a little different. I hardly do anything exactly the same. Well, maybe my coffee in the morning. I have a certain ritual there. But, so creativity can come into everything. Solve problems, creative thinking. It's beautiful when you have your inner circle of friends to create a circle to solve problems. Creative thinking helps to find innovative solutions to challenges. Come up with the challenges that are within your community or with somebody in your circle of friends, and then collaborate together. Express yourself through creative expressions. Can be in your clothes and anything. You can communicate your thoughts and emotions in a unique and meaningful way. Connect with others. Creativity fosters connections with others, whether through collaborative projects or sharing your creative work. Enhance well-being. Creative activities can reduce stress, boost mood, improve overall well-being. Here is what you can do to put creativity into action. And I have only 2 minutes left, and I have to close this. Bring creativity in your professional life by approaching tasks and projects with a fresh perspective. At your home, use creativity to beautify your living space. Cook delicious meals, do different stuff with your food, or plan fun family activities. For personal growth, engage in hobbies and activities that nurture your creative spirit, such as painting, writing, crafting. Your creative journey is unique to you. It's about discovering and nurturing the creative spark that resides within you. Remember, creativity is not about perfection, but expression and exploration. Okay, and I'm closing with this. Creativity is your superpower. Find as many avenues or ways to create new things, make little changes, and do it consciously and have fun with it. Feel that it is so very joyful to do. Okay, my beloveds, thank you so much for today. Please come back next Saturday. Tell your friends about these sessions that we have every Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern time. And until I see you next week, bye-bye for now. All of my love.